You believe you found it, don't you? That haven, that predictable warm embrace, where the world can't touch you, your comfort zone. You think it's your sanctuary, your shield against the chaos. But what if I told you that this sanctuary is a deception, that its walls, so carefully constructed, are not for protection, but for confinement? What if this perceived safety is, in fact, the most insidious prison you'll ever inhabit? The Roman Stoic, Seneca, a man who stared into the abyss of human nature and power, knew this truth intimately, and his insights are not gentle comforts. They are stark, unsettling revelations. Why do we seek it so desperately, this illusion of ease? You tell yourself it's about rest, about recovery. But dig deeper. What if it's a pact, a silent agreement you've made with mediocrity, a surrender to the fear of the unknown? Seneca, in his timeless letters, exposes this self-deception. He reveals that the craving for constant comfort isn't a sign of wisdom, but a symptom of a spirit that has ceased to strive, ceased to grow. This peace you cherish, it's the quiet of a cell, its bars forged from your anxieties, your past failures, your terror of what lies beyond the familiar. You think you're avoiding pain, but you are merely choosing a slower, more certain decay. The true cost of this prison isn't immediately apparent. It doesn't announce itself with violence. It's a slow erosion. Inside these invisible walls, your courage atrophies. Your potential, that brilliant, untamed force within you, begins to wither. Seneca warned, difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body. But your comfort zone, it whispers a siren song of stagnation. It tells you, you're not ready, it's too hard, tomorrow. And with each surrender, the walls grow thicker, the space smaller. You become a ghost in your own life, haunted by the might-have-beens. Is this not the ultimate tragedy? To arrive at the end, not broken by the storms of life, but shrunken by the absence of them. But here is the most crucial, perhaps the most frightening revelation. This prison has no external jailer. There are no guards at the gate. The lock, Seneca would argue, is on the inside. The key, it has always been in your possession, perhaps clutched so tightly in your fearful hand that you've forgotten its purpose. Stoic wisdom doesn't offer a map to an easy escape route. It demands something far more profound, that you dismantle the prison from within, stone by painstaking stone. How? By daring to invite what you've been conditioned to flee. By choosing deliberately the path of voluntary hardship. This isn't a call to reckless abandon, to seek suffering for its own sake. It's an invitation to reclaim your agency, to intentionally engage with discomfort, not as an enemy, but as a teacher. That conversation you dread, that risk you fear, that part of yourself you've kept hidden? Seneca teaches that these are the arenas where your true strength is forged. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare, he wrote. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult. The fear itself becomes the fiercest bar in your cage. What if the suffering you imagine is a phantom far more terrifying in your mind than it would ever be in reality? Living within the confines of comfort promises a life devoid of pain, but it delivers a life devoid of meaning. It offers a false peace, a counterfeit contentment. Seneca knew that the soul, untested, unchallenged, can never truly know itself, can never unfurl to its full magnificent stature. So I ask you, and I urge you to ask yourself with unflinching honesty, are you truly living, or are you merely existing in the gilded cage of your own making? The choice to remain a prisoner, or to step into the terrifying, exhilarating expanse of true freedom, is yours alone. Perhaps you recognize this prison not just in your own life, but in the subtle cages others have built around themselves. Or perhaps, more disturbingly, you see its blueprint within the unexamined corners of your own mind. What will you do with this knowledge? The answer will define not just your future, but who you are right now.